Hi and welcome. My name is Pim and this is my colleague Rens. Today we will show you how easy it is to print on cylindrical objects.
And for this demonstration we're going to use the Kebab options on our UJF series. Enjoy watching.
Measure the diameter and calculate the total width of the object. You can calculate the circumference of the object in two ways. Option 1 is measure the diameter of the object using a caliper. Then multiply the diameter times pi, which is 3.14, and the result is the final outline of your object.
Thanks, Pim. Second, you can also let Rasterlink determine the outline of your product by printing it directly to the object as a test. If we do this, we go to Rasterlink. We have the file. We go to the Kebab jig print. The top left screen, you use the Kebab edit function and go to the unit of the create circumference mesh job. We put in the diameter of the object. In this case, it's 66.2 millimeters. We can choose the scale length, the line width, the line color, and the density of the color. If you press OK, a file will be created in Rasterlink. So if we go back to the job settings, we see Rasterlink has created a PDF file with a ruler. And this ruler you can print directly on your object. After determining it will be in steps of 1 millimeter, we can see the exact diameter, or in this case the circumference of the object.
The final outline of your object is also the width of your artwork. In this case, the width of your artwork is 208 millimeters and the can is 90 millimeters high. Try to maintain the exact dimensions in your layout software. Of course, you can also enter the dimensions in Rasterlink, but it's easier to do this right away in your layout software. This means you hardly have to enter any parameters in Rasterlink. We often use the total height and outline of the object as an artboard. This makes it easier to determine the position of the artwork. Here you see the artboard. I created the color layer, color design. Underneath that, I created the white layer. To save the file, use the diameter of the can, 66.2 millimeters, the color layer, save it. And after that, save the white layer as a separate file, also with the diameter inside, and call it the white layer. Make sure you use the right Illustrator file settings so every computer can open it. And that's it.
Thanks, Pim, and great design by the way. Before loading the print artwork into Rasterlink, we need to install the optional unit on our UJF-3042MkII. Fitting the Kebab option is really simple and quick. Go in the printer menu to Machine Setup, set Option Jig and press Enter. The print table goes at the lowest position and first install the Kebab option and then you confirm Enter, so don't press Enter before you install the unit. With the MkII series, it's wise to remove the vacuum table from the printer before mounting the Kebab system. Mount the positioners and the cable bracket on the vacuum table. Then place the Kebab unit against the positioner brackets and fix the Kebab option with the knob screws. Insert the relay cable in the printer and the other end of the relay cable in the Kebab option. Fix the relay cable on the cable bracket. Confirm by pressing Enter and the printer will recognize the Kebab option by turning around the grid rollers. Okay, we're now ready to setting the diameter of the material into our machine. We go to Function, Work Set, and then the diameter of the product. Confirm with Enter, and a display will indicate which span you need to place the object, the wide or the narrow span. When using the MkII series, also mention which table spacers are needed. No spacers, the 50mm spacers or the 100mm spacers. By confirming, the printer knows what table height it will be during printer. Now we can determine where we want to start printing, so the origin point. You can set the starting point or origin in the menu of the printer, but you can also determine by rasterlink to put in the value of the scan width. Using the printer setup for the origin point, go to Menu and then choose Kebab Origin Set and confirm with Enter. Now you can move the carriage manually by pressing the left and the right arrow keys. The LED pointer underneath the carriage will indicate where the origin point will be. If the position is okay, you press Enter and origin is set. All settings are done, so you can now confirm by pressing Remote. The printer will initialize, the kebab unit will go inside of the machine, it will go to its correct height, and you're ready to print. And that's it. For rasterlink, we are ready to load up the beautiful artwork of Pim. Mostly if you installed rasterlink, the option for the kebab unit, the icon is not installed yet. If you need to do this, we go to Environments at the top left, go to Printer Management, select your machine and go to Function icon. So we've got a pop-up menu now with all the icons, and at the bottom we see the unit of the kebab jig print. You need to activate this one. Press OK, say close. And on the right side we see the kebab jig print icon. So we're ready to load the files. I got the two files Pim created, the color file and the white file. I'm gonna select them both and press open. There they are. First we do the special plate function to change the design into the white ink. So we go to special plate, choose the white. In this case, we got 2 times white in our machine. 100% is way too much, so we go for 2 times 60%. Valid pixel, because we want to choose only the pixel data that needs to be the white coverage. And we press create. Now an extra thumbnail will appear, and that is white. This one you can delete. And now we're going to combine those two because we want to print it at once. So the special color and the color. Select them both. Then we go to composition or Alt M. You can choose the sequence of printing, and always the lower part will be the first one to print. So we want to print white and then color. White will be the lowest part. And in this case, you need to choose speed for the priority, because we're going to print kebab. So if you do a quality, it will first print white, goes back and starts to print color again. And in this case, there could be a problem that the alignment will not be perfect. So always choose the speed priority. Composite, and the items are arranged. Now we are ready to set up the kebab jig print. So choose the item kebab jig print, Alt K. Okay, we're now in image edit of the kebab unit. Mark the kebab edit and we can make the settings. If you know the diameter of your product, you can make it in the input of diameter. In this case, we can do a 66.2 millimeter. That's the diameter of the can we're gonna print. And in scale, you choose a valid and say reflect diameter. It will automatically make the sizes correct to the diameter. So this is really handy if you know the diameter in front. You can also just do it manually by rescaling the sizes. But yeah, we all know Pim makes great designs, and obviously it will be perfect already, so we don't have to change anything. We can do the rotation of the image. It's the same like an image edit in rasterlink. We're gonna print vertically, so the left side will be the opening of the can and the right side will be the bottom of the can. So in this case it needs to be 90-degree rotation. Some shots before I told you how to set a position inside of the machine by using the arrow keys and the LED pointer of the machine. You can also choose the position by setting up the parameters in Rasterlink. If you want to print 1 millimeter or even 10 millimeters from 0 position, you see it's starting to move. So then there will be your starting position. In this case, we choose by doing the origin set inside of the machine itself. If you have multiple items placed on the kebab unit, you can also use the copies. You see in this screen already the copies will be on screen. And we can also choose the space between the copies. The alignment of each item will be perfectly. For now, we can show only one can. If the settings in the machine are perfect and the diameters are also perfect, you only have to activate the kebab edit. Maybe you need to rotate and then you're ready to print. So we go to the execution. Everything is ready and we can start printing.